At T-Mobile, our critical mission is providing unparalleled 5G coverage for when connectivity is mission critical. Introducing T-Priority, America's best 5G network experience for first responders, even in times of congestion. More capacity, faster speeds, better coverage. T-Priority from T-Mobile, built for tomorrow's emergencies, ready today. Discover more at t-priority.com.
For qualifying organizations on eligible rate plans, coverage not available in some areas and may be impacted by emergencies.
Building a portfolio with Fidelity Basket Portfolios is kind of like making a sandwich. It's as simple as picking your stocks and ETFs, sort of like your meats and other topics, and managing it as one big, juicy investment. Now that's pretty good. Learn more at fidelity.com/baskets. Investing involves risk, including risk of loss. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
This show is part of the HeadStuff podcast network.
Lovely stuff.
Hey, lovely, lovely.
Tell you what, though, folks, that's bloody nice. That is bloody lovely.
Lovely Holland. Lovely touch. Lovely Holland. Lovely touch.
Hello there, and welcome to another episode of
The Lovely Show.
My name is Kevin McGarren.
And I'm Justine Stafford.
How are you today?
Yeah.
What's going on in your life? Let's
get into it.
hear about what you are up to.
Yeah.
Enough of us yapping.
Enough of us. This episode is all about
It's
you.
all about you because
Yeah.
you need love too.
It's all about
We don't have the
you.
rights for that.
Yeah. 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 And there's scandal amongst the McFly camp.
Come here.
Have you not heard the
Get the
news?
fuck- get the
Yeah.
fuck.
Ah, Jesus, yeah.
I haven't subscribed to the McFly fan club in a long time.
You're missing out.
See, I stopped my subscription. I haven't
No.
got any news.
Come here to me now. Were you
I'm here.
more busted or McFly?
I was too old for both of those. I was a Blink 182 boy.
Of course.
They seemed hardcore to
And
me.
they wouldn't strike me as your kind of music was
No.
going to be my next sentence.
McFly was just like a busted version of Blink 182, really.
I-
Or not busted, like a boy band version.
I preferred McFly. I wasn't into Busted at all, and I liked McFly. But anyway, there's scandal at the minute because didn't the drummer, I think he's the drummer, I wasn't that big of a fan, Danny, isn't he a married man? And didn't he shift? What is her name? Maura Higgins.
Oh, Lord.
Scandal. Big scandal altogether.
Oh, wow. He
I
should
don't
Maura
know
Higgins.
what, some event or something.
Debs or something.
Yeah.
They were playing it at Debs.
They were playing out Debs.
In Ballymahan.
Yeah.
Maura was in. The pubs had closed. Maura was in for last pint.
Yeah.
Shifted the drummer.
And out the door. Yeah.
Did Maura get a lot of backlash for that?
She's getting backlash and he's getting backlash because he's a married man.
He's a married man.
So I think the wife has released a statement, but I don't know. I haven't looked into it. I've been away. I'm only in the door. I was in Lisbon.
I wish I could name some of their songs so I could make jokes
It's
about
all about you. Obviously. She's out of my league. I'm wasting my time because she'll never be mine. You know
it.
what I
Well,
mean?
that does sound like it's about Maura Higgins. She's from Ballymahan. I don't know where that is.
What? The girl with 5 colours in her hair.
Okay.
Everybody wants to know her name.
Fucking Ronald McDonald or something. Oh, he only is red. I was thinking
And
that.
I was reading about him the other day. I get fucking
Ronnie
sucked into
McDonagh.
articles. Ronnie McDonagh. They're like, have you seen him lately? He was phased out in 2019 because of all the backlash and killer clowns going around. They thought, look, this isn't a great
It's
look.
not a great look. I mean,
No.
he was always terrifying.
Yeah.
Ronald McDonald.
He was.
I think when McDonald's was set up, wherever in the 50s or 60s, being a clown was like the go-to children's entertainer.
Yeah.
But then clowns became terrifying.
They became spooky.
Spooky clowns.
That was my big fear as a kid. I hated clowns.
Yes. Is that a balloon in your pocket or is it something worse?
Yeah. A balloon knife is quite hilarious though.
Yeah.
Balloon sword.
Well, they do make a lot of balloon swords.
Swords, yeah.
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 Yeah, I've never been a fan of clowns. Never been too afraid of them either.
No, I was horrifically afraid as a kid. And my mother would bring me to the circus, and I'm like, you don't realise now, you're sending me directly into my trauma here. It was awful. And then she got a clown on a swing and hung it up in the house, and I thought, what is going on?
Clown ornaments are the worst.
Oh, they're terrifying.
Like only demented women buy them.
I don't know.
Did I tell you about when the circus came to Gowna?
No.
Pretty sure I did. So when we were in national school,
Did an animal go loose?
no, not really.
Oh, right.
So when the circus came to Gowna, we were in national school, middle of the day.
Yeah.
We're doing history or maths or something.
Yeah.
And these two, this couple, they look like hippie couple, came in and they were like, "Can we just have the attention of the classroom?" And our teacher was like, "Yeah, this is absolutely fine."
I know, isn't it wild when you look back?
9/11 hasn't happened. Nobody's afraid of anything.
Come in.
Come in. Talk to the children. I'm going out for a fag break. And just lock the door when you're finishing up. And please don't steal any of the children. So they come in and they're like, the circus is coming to Gowna.
Yeah.
We're going to be in the community centre 2 days from now. Here's a flyer with £2 off. Be sure to tell your parents when you go home. And we looked at the flyer and it was basically like a Fawcett circus ad. Mm-hmm. But these weren't Fawcett's.
Yeah.
They weren't any relation to the Fawcett's whatsoever. So on the poster, you had a big clown head. Mm-hmm. You had lions jumping through hoops of fire.
Of course.
You had clowns juggling plates on top of wires.
Yeah.
You had
all the greats.
Elephants up on 2 legs looking for peanuts.
Yeah.
Everything that you'd expect from the world's greatest show.
Yes. Yeah.
So we got fierce excited.
Oh yeah.
So we went home with our leaflets in our hand, full of excitement for
yeah,
Mammy.
For sure.
Mammy, please bring us to the circus.
Sure, isn't it? It's only in the community centre, only a dog down.
It's only down the road.
Yeah.
So we all arrived. The entire school went.
Dead right.
And several members of the local community. So we get in there and the circus seems to be just those two people.
Oh, right. Okay.
So we had actually met.
Oh, you met the whole crew.
We met the whole crew.
Wow.
So no lions, no tigers, not even like a donkey.
Jesus.
What they did have was a snake.
Oh, yeah.
So they brought out a big lump of snake and they put it on our teacher's head and the snake nearly...
I love that your teacher went.
Yeah, of course. Put it on our teacher's head, the snake proceeded to choke the teacher.
Yeah.
And then they had a box that you'd plug into a wall and it was just like a little box you'd stand on. But if you stood on the box and held a fluorescent tube, the tube would light up. So it was a magic box.
Okay.
Trick number 2.
Okay.
Then they said, can anyone drink a bottle of Cavan Cola within a minute?
Oh, Lord Jesus.
So Cavan Cola was like a Cavan-produced cola, which was like
I believe.
weekend.
Oh, yeah,
What's the sports?
Sports special, isn't it?
Sports
Football special.
Football special. It was very like football special.
Yeah.
So Darren Smith, my friend, went up and he was like, Darren is kind of a hardy young lad.
Yeah.
And I was like, if anyone can do this, it's Darren. So Darren went up, downed a bottle of Coke within 30 seconds and then had a panic attack.
Oh, right, yeah.
Sorry, an asthma attack.
Yeah.
He had an asthma attack, so the fucking clown hadn't a clue what to do.
Oh, God.
So everyone panicked. And that was pretty much all I remember from the circus.
Yeah.
It was the saddest, disappointing circus I'd ever been to.
Good God. Now, we never had...
We had a snake,
a
light-up box, and Darren having an asthma attack.
Yeah, see, that'd be my kind of circus because there's no clowns anywhere. Because we had Duffies. We didn't have Fawcett's. Duffies were the ones in Meath that come a lot. But then similarly, one came to the community hall in Kilbeg, which is like a tiny venue.
Yeah.
So you're not going to fit an elephant in there,
no,
if I'm honest with you. But all I remember was they'd lined out cups of my waddy for everyone to drink. That's all I remember.
Wow.
And then I turned around and a clown was in my fucking face and I shat the togs. And that was the end. I went home. That was that. I was like, Mommy, I'm going home. Fuck this.
We went to a circus with the kids in Kerry recently enough, and it was...
Would it make you sad? I think if I went to a circus now, I'd get sad.
The good ones are good, and this one was good.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to say which family they belong to, but they're one of the big major families who run circuses in Ireland for decades.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was a huge big tent. There was all kinds of stuff. There was really good acrobats.
Yeah.
They're
wonderful.
Eastern European women flying all around the place.
Very flexible.
There was lads on motorbikes in a sort of a circular sphere.
Yeah.
Cage sphere.
Yeah.
They were doing crazy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But I felt they were totally let down by the MC clown.
Oh no.
So the clown running the show was crap.
Right.
He just he had no charisma whatsoever.
Ah.
And I was looking at him going like, this isn't for you.
Yeah.
And I was just imagining, I couldn't enjoy it because the whole time I was just thinking, this lad's probably had a conversation with his dad, who probably was a clown ahead of
Yeah.
him. This dad came from a long line of clowns, and he's probably saying like, "Daddy, I have something to say to you. Like, I don't want to be a clown,
No.
Daddy. I want to get into hotel management."
Yeah.
And the father's like, "No, son of mine.
No.
He's going to
fucking
get into a
son of mine.
hotel. You're going to be a fucking clown."
Yeah.
It's like, "Daddy, I don't like the big shoes. You'll wear them
you'll
big
wear
shoes. My father wore them big shoes, and his father before them wore
Yeah.
them big shoes."
Yeah.
But it just wasn't suited for him.
No.
And he just didn't have what it takes to be a good clown.
It's sad. It is sad,
sad.
because you go into that then, it's like that tweet where you're like, what fucking clown is this? Because it's a double insult. Because you're saying, yeah, I think you're a gobshite, but also you're that bad of a clown. I don't even know you. You're not even famous
That
for
lad's a
it.
fucking
Clown. You know, it's a really hard insult for a clown.
Also, if you grow up in the circus and you want to run away, where do you run away to?
Ah, stop.
An accountancy firm?
Yeah. These are the things people don't think about. I
Can you
remember,
imagine that whole family just going like, what happened to Raymond? Raymond ran away. Raymond, don't say that name in this tent again.
Yeah. I went down in Tralee during lockdown and they had a drive-in circus. Was it similar?
No,
This is Tralee.
ours was in Tralee, but it wasn't a drive-in circus.
Everyone was honking their horns. I wasn't at it now, but I was walking by it and I thought, this is bizarre.
If you're honking your horns in a circus, how would you know when the clowns are honking their horns?
Exactly. I think
Very
the clowns
confusing.
are intimidated. I'd say that fella you saw he's still recovering from that.
Oh, I felt
I'd
bad
say he
for him,
went
man.
through a rough patch. Identity crisis, really. Am I a
100%.
clown or am I a car?
Am I a clown or am I a man? Speaking of clowns, do you see
Oh, stop the lights.
Limp Bizkit was
Oh.
playing in Dublin the other night,
Oh, yeah.
and Conor McGregor put out a tweet saying like, fucking, I'm going to be down in Limp Bizkit, I'm going to be down in the fucking pit if anyone wants their jaw broke and their teeth sent. Which, first of all...
Did he say that?
Yeah. Which,
God,
first of all, the man does not know how to mosh. I've said this
No.
before. Moshing is not about hurting other people, Justine.
Yeah.
Moshing is about getting an out shoulder. It's about you getting hurt. It's like Fight Club.
Yes.
You don't go to hit somebody else. You go to get hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
McGregor just fundamentally doesn't understand
No,
the merits of
no.
moshing.
That's not his
But
forte.
Fred Durst said in the middle, the show was huge. I think it was in 3 Arena. And Fred Durst was like, all right, hello Dublin.
Okay.
I hear one of your boys is here.
Oh, no.
Conor McGregor. And everyone just went, boo. Like the
Oh,
entire
God.
stadium.
Beautiful.
Like if Limp Bizkit fans have turned against
Yeah.
Conor McGregor, he hasn't he's
You're
dead
out.
in this country.
You're out the door. Yeah.
Like them boys, they dance around to a song called Break Stuff.
Yeah. That'll tell you now. That'll tell
And
you.
if the Limp Bizkit fans have turned on you,
Yeah.
there's no coming back.
There's
Conor.
nothing left. Were you at it?
No, I just saw the videos.
And
Also, Trump.
was he actually there?
People say probably not because there was no photos of him whatsoever.
Which would
And
be a
there'd
telltale
there'd be a couple
sign.
of photos, easy.
Yeah.
But Trump was asked at in the White House by an Irish journalist. I think it was a fucking stupid question. They're like, Mr. Trump, who's your favourite Irish person?
Fuck me.
And he was like, so many to choose from. Oh boy, let me just think. So many names running through my head. I like your fighter. He's got
my
great
God.
tattoos all over his chest. I look at that guy and I'm like, they're great tattoos. Longer when I was a kid, if you want to see a man with those tattoos, you had to go to see the circus. But now you can look them up on the internet. But he couldn't even remember Conor McGregor's name.
I tell you now, I didn't see. I only saw clips last night of the interactions between Micheál Martin and Trump. And mother of Lord Jesus, it was depressing. The
Well,
housing crisis comment.
yeah,
I
he got a
thought,
good
my
laugh.
fucking God.
Although, I mean, you could argue that Micheál did the best he could have done. Dave McWilliams said he compared him to like Robert Redford in The Horse Whisperer.
Okay.
He's like, you're basically talking to a big mental horse.
Yeah.
Like you don't want him to clop all over the place.
Yeah.
So yeah, he didn't ruffle any feathers. He just sort of sat there and smiled.
Yeah.
But I love how, you know, for traditionally the Irish Taoiseach brings over like a bowl of shamrocks.
Yes.
Like Trump doesn't know anything about history. Can you imagine the face on Trump as you hand him like a big box of moss?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what the fuck? It looks like an Irish Taoiseach like arrived going, fuck, I didn't bring anything.
Yeah.
So I'll go down to the fucking garden there
That's a shovel
with a
there,
trowel.
will
Give us
you?
a trowel.
Yeah.
Here is our ancient weed.
But it also, like, if that thing is transported over from Ireland, mother of Christ, it looks like it should be on life support. Whenever you see it, it's the biggest fucking wilted head on it. I'm thinking, is this really now necessary?
Yeah.
Just bring in a little bottle of whiskey there and distract from that, because that thing is fucking weak looking.
Yeah, nice.
Who let that through duty free?
How do you get through that? Like,
How are they not, question, is there something in the...
is anything in this?
Yeah.
He could probably smuggle it on his head and say, this is my lovely green hair. I'm a clone. I work for Fawcett.
Yeah, no, I hear you. It's a hard one. I don't know how I'd try and interact with Trump, to be fair.
What would you give him? I'd probably give him like...
A sedative, I'd say. Something like that. Just take
I'd
the
give him
edge
like,
off.
those novelty socks for the top of your golf clubs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he'd like that.
Yeah. He'd be big into that.
So what we up
I
to
even
this
don't
week?
think he's a drinker. He's not.
He doesn't. No.
No.
I think his brother was an alcoholic, and he disowned him, and I think it scared him off pints,
Yeah.
which is fair enough. Can
Yeah.
you imagine him on the pints?
Oh, thank God. In another way, really. I was away in Lisbon for a few days.
Oh, with the treaty.
And I am as shook as a hand at mass currently because I only got in last night at 1 a.m. But also, I have some infection that I need to go and get antibiotics for, as I was telling you off air there. But
Thank you for saying it on air.
no bother. Just let the people know. If you have any recommendations for antibiotics, let me know.
famously infected DJ host.
But I really like Lisbon. I've never been before. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to play you this and you're going to tell me who you think it is.
Oh, wow.
Right? Or who it reminds you of. Because I was in a restaurant getting some lovely Mexican food. Right, okay.
When in Rome,
baby.
get some Mexican food.
Have you ever been to Lisbon?
No.
There is a wonderful big market, time out market, and there's about 40 different food stalls within it in this huge food hall. So you can go and grab different bits
Lovely.
of like I got oysters and a pad thai.
It's like the Epicurean food hall in Dublin that was closed down.
Well, they need to bring back. Well, I was just talking about this. I was like, something like this would be fantastic in Dublin.
They have a cool one down in Cork.
Do they?
Yeah, it's a big old...
Fuck, I need to go down. Is
Cork's
it
class.
like food vans?
Yeah, a load of food vans
See, that's class.
in a big shed.
Yeah. Yeah, this wasn't
Love
food
it.
vans. They've like proper ovens set up within the whole building. But I'm trying to remember what moment I was going to play for you in the song. I think I took down the note here of it. Yeah, okay. Here we are now.
What? That's all you're giving me?
That's all again.
It sounds like... sounds like if Declan Nairney discovered hash.
I like that crossover.
It's a little bit of Irish country,
Yeah.
but with a bit of Mexican spice to it or something.
Yeah. I thought that guy's voice there was moments where I was
I
like,
didn't hear a voice.
aye. Did you not hear him go, aye? Hang on. Who was that? Who did that sound like? I'm giving you 1 second.
Hey,
I thought it sounded like Joe Dolan.
come on.
I'm not even joking, that little aye. But now I'm obsessed with this man.
You miss Joe so much. You hear his voice in the laughter of every child, in the smiling face of every flower.
Totally that. Luis Alfonso's this man. He's Colombian now. But he's like my Joe Dolan now from...
Oh, that's good.
Oh, wait till
They even have the bit of the accordion there as
It's
well.
me palala. Wait till you hear this line. I'm obsessed. Here it's coming. So the whole song
Yeah, that's good.
is about it's my word against theirs. A fucking...
Sounds like he's trying to avoid a conviction.
It's all about love. This line. It's me palala. Anyway, I'm
So
obsessed
the lyrics
with the
are,
song.
it's my word against theirs. Is it him or her?
It's about love. It's a man going on about like, you know how I
Sounds
feel
like
about you.
Sounds like he got into some dodgy trouble and he's like, well, Judge, it's my word against her. She was drinking that night.
No,
She
I
was
wanna find
drinking.
Me palabra. I've been listening to it
Palabra.
on loop since I got home. Let me find the actual English translated words for you here now. because I did look them up already, and I thought, isn't that lovely? No, he seems very. It seems like it's all about love. English lyrics. Here we are. Yeah. Okay.
She has a reputation around the town. She's accused several men before me.
I had to call and confront you, and I swear it's not an excuse to hear your voice or anything like that. You took everything out of context.
Oh my
but
God.
I promise.
What is the backstory to
It was
this?
just a misunderstanding. You know, with alcohol, I forget everything.
Oh my God, Justine. I think you're listening to the song of a rapist.
I don't know his name, let alone his last name. What the fuck? I missed this verse. And they're saying what I did was wrong. Okay, do you know what? This actually is not looking good. It's my word against theirs. They make up stories because they're jealous of us. Let them find evidence.
Let them find evidence.
Even though I was drunk, I don't remember it that way. What the fuck?
Oh my God, what have you brought to the table here?
What?
I love songs where like they're so specific they don't apply to anybody else. You know, like a good love song. You hear it and you're like, oh, that kind of applies to me.
Yeah.
That is so specific that like nobody else can really relate to it.
Oh my God, I've been listening to a bop that is about something not good at all.
Something terrible happened.
Something
that
terrible.
Woman. And that man is...
he's made a fucking banger out of it. I've been listening to that like such a bop.
Like in those situations where you write a song for a woman, like is he hoping that like so he goes in, he writes it, goes into the recording studio, gets some session musicians, records it. Does he like drop the album or the single down to her house and just like everything I need to say is said in this 3-inch vinyl?
This is, you'll get the truth in here.
Listen to it and forgive me.
Yeah, no, I don't feel great about that now in hindsight. And I've been listening to that bop non-stop since I heard it.
I do love a good apology song. I think my all-time favourite apology song is MC Sniffy.
Okay.
So do you know this?
No.
This is a DJ. Sorry, this is a freestyle rapper who's a young lad. Now, this is years ago.
Okay.
I don't know where he's from. I want to say Mullingar.
Okay.
I just want to say Mullingar.
A lot of good musicians come from there.
A lot of good musician, but he has obviously annoyed some lads in the town.
Okay.
He said some shit. He's been talking smack, Justine.
Okay.
So when you talk smack, the best thing to do is apologise.
Yeah.
Or else go in all guns blazing.
Sniffy's gone in all guns blazing.
So what you don't do though is apologise in a freestyle rap, because apologies should be really finely crafted, I think. Mm-hmm. You should put in your notes folder first of all.
Yeah, totally.
And then whittle it down, show it to somebody else. Does this sound good? No, take that out.
Yeah.
Then send it on. What you don't do is get your friend to record you in a field.
On the first go.
So here's MC Sniffy's apology.
From the bottom of my heart, I didn't mean to disrespect any of New Park. I know for a fact y'all will kill me. I'm just trying to be an MC. That's how it's supposed to be. Look, I'm so sorry for the words that I said. They all came from the top of my fucking head. Look, I swear to God, you punched me in the ground 6 feet under. I think you're all fucking sound. I didn't mean to fucking disrespect none of ye. Look at me, I swear to God, it's MC Sniffy. I'm the harmless motherfucker. I ain't rough, I ain't tough, I ain't shit. Please don't kick this shit out of me, because look, people around Kilkenny call me Sniffy, and I know for a fact that I am fat. I am the realest MC that you ever will see, and I'm so fucking sorry to all of ye, and I swear to God, I didn't mean to fucking harm any of ye. No offense, Joey, you fucked me over the fence. I know for a fact you would.
No,
look,
Joey.
Jimmy, I'm sorry. I just rhymed like I could. Look, I was so drunk that day, I didn't know what was going on. I swear to God, I took a fucking bong, I smoked some fucking weed, and I'm begging, please don't disrespect me, don't hit me when you see me on the streets, because I swear to God, I say fuck the police. Now look, seriously, I can't give a fuck. I give a fuck about all of ye. I'm just an MC trying to make it, trying to take it, trying to beat fucking Look, lads, that's all I had in my head, right? And I am so sorry for what I did. I didn't mean to disrespect any of you. Please forgive MC Sniffy.
That's one of my favorite
God.
freestyle rap rapologies.
I'm a harmless fucker.
I'm a harmless motherfucker.
I'm a harmless motherfucker. And
Yeah.
what's interesting is in other areas, that'd be considered an insult.
Well, it is all across Ireland.
Yeah.
To be harmless is
He's
the
a harmless
deepest-
motherfucker.
harmless. It basically means there's something not quite
Yeah.
right about that lad.
Innocence there.
Does it?
But he's owning it.
I love the bit where he slips into like MC mode, where he's like, "I ain't rough, I ain't tough, I don't give a fuck." Well, I do give a fuck about you. Sorry.
What went down?
What
I
went
think
down?
him
I'd say it was a
and-
freestyle rap battle that got out of hand.
yeah. I think him and
Said the wrong
Lewis
thing to the boys.
over here from Colombia need to, little duet
my
number.
God. Yeah, I mean, it's a good way to modernize an older song is by getting a cool rapper
Yeah.
in to rap a verse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shows you're down with the kids.
Oh, yeah.
So MC Sniffy, shout out to ye. Down
Wow.
in
They
Kilkenny.
don't make them like they used to, Kevin.
They don't good. It's a good thing that they don't make any more of those. I wonder what he's up to now. That's about 10 years ago.
Fair play to him, leaving it up there.
Living it up there.
Because I know I've done stuff on YouTube, not raps or anything, but silly videos where I thought I was very funny and I'm very cringe actually, and I deleted them.
Yeah.
I don't.
What were
need
you
the
doing
work.
exactly?
Just juggling predominantly.
Just like
Doing the splits and juggling for some unknown
Oh, wow,
reason
okay.
in my pajamas.
in your pajamas.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah.
It's like trying to just get more followers, I suppose.
No, it wasn't even like you're like it's the most harmless thing you'd ever see. It's not in any way like
Oh.
in the PJs. No, it's not that at all.
What's going on?
Snoopy pajamas and then the Man United jersey and the waistcoat was back on. And
my
big red
God.
fluffy socks. Like it's atrocious.
The fucking waistcoat, man. When are you gonna retire that piece of attire?
Never.
Are your ulcerative colitis symptoms proving difficult to manage? Tremfya guselkumab can help you manage the cycle of UC symptoms. At 1 year, many patients taking Tremfya achieved clinical remission, and some patients also achieved endoscopic remission. Individual results may vary. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Ask your doctor if Tremfya can help you manage the cycle of UC symptoms. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
This is a message from sponsor Intuit TurboTax. Taxes was getting frustrated by your forms. Now, Taxes is uploading your forms with a snap, and a TurboTax expert will do your taxes for you. One who's backed by the latest tech, which cross-checks millions of data points for absolute accuracy, all of which makes it easy for you to get the most money back, guaranteed. Get an expert now at TurboTax.com. Only available with TurboTax Live Full Service. See guaranteed details at TurboTax.com/guarantees.
Lovely stuff.
Do you see Prince Charles has released a podcast?
No.
So King Charles, actually, I find it hard to call him King Charles.
Now,
'Cause I
would you
don't-
call it a podcast?
Oh, that's very good, Justine.
I thought it was very good. I wasn't sure if I'd say it or not, but here we are, and I've said it now.
So here's King Charles launching his podcast where he talks about his favourite music.
To St James's Palace to perform this song in... Kylie Minogue came to St James's Palace to perform this song in 2012.
The Locomotion.
The song is The Locomotion, and this is music for dancing. Again, it has that infectious energy which makes it, I find, incredibly hard to sit still.
Oh my lord.
And then he's just tapping his little fingers, his fucking sausage fingers on the desk.
I
love,
find
like,
it incredibly
who's
hard to sit
listening?
still. What?
Listening to that.
Jesus. So sorry, is it like a music review podcast?
It's sort of, yeah, no, it's him talking
Okay,
about his
we could be in
favourite,
trouble here.
him talking about his favourite tracks. I remember chewing the absolute jaw of myself with a head full of Mitzies to this next track, Smack My Bitch Up by The Prodigy. Shout out to Keith Flint, R.I.P., rest in power, King.
Rest in power. I think we could be in trouble here, Kevin.
Why?
I think the market, we're fucked. He's released a podcast. How are we
He's
meant to
released
compete
a
with that?
podcast. I don't think I think, in the Venn diagram of people's
Yeah, I don't
tastes.
know if there's a
think
crossover.
us and King Charles.
Don't know if there's much of a crossover there now.
But yeah, what else
That's
was on?
wild.
What else was on his playlist? He liked
I saw
Beyonce,
Kylie Minogue there.
Bob Marley. I like lighting up a fat bifter and listening to "I Shot the Sheriff" by Bob Marley.
Did I see Kylie Minogue in the mix as well?
Here's his list here.
So what? Is this a weekly thing?
Crazy in Love by Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Wow.
Could You Be Loved by Bob Marley and the Wailers. The Locomotion by Kylie Minogue. Haven't Met You Yet by Michael Bublé.
Mother of God.
I mean,
this
it's
mix
fairly
is wild.
banging tunes. Upside Down by Diana Ross. La Vie en Rose by Grace Jones.
Oh my God.
Love Me Again by Ray. The Click Song by Miriam Makeba. My Countryman by Jules Holland and Ruby Turner, and many, many, many more.
Do you think he picked these himself though?
I think so. I do think so. He probably had a hand. The wife probably gave him a hand. Like, you need to put in something cool. Put in Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Bit of DJ Sniffy.
DJ Sniffy, yeah. And it's a Apple Music One radio special titled The King's Music Room.
Wow.
I want to hear Michael D's selection because I think, remember you ever see a picture of Michael D at a festival in the 70s with his shirt open to his fucking tits?
Holy God, it's glorious.
And he looks like
in his element.
He looks like a dodgy Irish builder in London in the 70s.
Yeah.
I'd say he'd be into some wild stuff.
Oh, you'd have some rave stuff going on.
I think there's been a little bit of consciousness expansion in that guy.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be recommending you what to combine with those songs when you're listening to them. What's the best?
I think if you're coming up, you need to start off with something by Death Grips, maybe. Start with Death Grips, but then for the come down, maybe
Egdolcious.
For the Egdolcious, I'd start with maybe Blue Monday, or anything by the Smiths. I think.
My God, I would listen to that.
Oh my God, 100%.
That man knows the stuff.
But if you're messing around with hallucinogenics, I think the title track of Rush's 2112 would really take me up to space. Exosernstere.
What is he remixed into in a song? What's the song he's in? What is it he calls your man?
Oh, a wanker whipping up fear.
Yes, you're a wanker. Someone has put him into a remix of a song and it was glorious now.
Michael D. Higgins,
probably
wanker.
using a few, I'd say, at this stage.
We need to find... I don't know where you'd find the fucking remix.
I know, that's the thing. I wish I knew.
Here we go. Dance remix.
Okay.
I'm loving it already.
I'm loving the images.
Young people from the United States are traveling all over the world again.
Yes.
They're welcome in Europe.
Come on.
They're backpackers in hostels. People are talking to them because the image of the United States we've got away from this warmongering is getting better. At least 47 million people that the likes of you condemn to no health care in a country that I was proud to work in. These people are going to have some health care. So this is the issue.
I'm coming up hard.
To be a decent
Coming up like a
American
fucking sky boy.
whipping up fear.
Oh my God.
Wanker.
Beautiful.
I lived in the Midwest, in Willie Nelson country.
In Willie Nelson country.
He knows the stuff.
I remember being in the car with my dad and we were going to move cattle, listening to that. I think it was a news talk. And holy fuck, it was recorded in a pub in Galway, I believe.
Okay.
And we were listening to it live. And I swear to God, we nearly crashed the fucking Jeep. When he called him a wanker, whipping up fear, the crowd in the pub.
Yeah.
Can you imagine drinking pints in a pub in Galway, listening to the future president fucking attacking some right-wing American pundit? I swear to God, it was like the World Cup. It's like watching a goal getting scored.
Oh, yeah.
A wanker whipping up fear.
Oh, be a proud American.
Be a proud American.
Wanker. My Lord, it's glorious.
Glorious. Love the man.
He's just, what now? I want to see him do a DJ Sniffy. That guy could write a rap.
That lad could do, yeah.
Michael D could be writing verse
half
after
Gaeilge,
verse here.
half
yeah.
Garla, you know?
He should have like a featured piece with Kneecap.
Oh my God.
Like that would be glorious.
Kneecap need to get on. Like next time they're playing, I don't know where they're playing for Paddy's Day, but Jesus Christ, you're bringing in Michael D.
Fuck me.
Get him to do one of his poems and just put a sick fat beat to it.
Totally.
Did you hear in other Irish news, the Molly Malone statue is to be raised? At least people are proposing it because people keep rubbing her tits.
Yeah. Now, I've heard a lot
Where
of
do you
things.
stand on this issue?
Where do I stand?
We're with Justine Stafford here on News Talk. We're talking about tit rubbing.
Tit rubbing. Well, I can't compete with Molly, first off. Is what
Who
I'm saying.
can?
Who can?
Very few. Maybe Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah. Here on this, island, I don't know, she's doing fucking wonderful work. Fair play to her. But I think now, there's people that rub it, they think it's good luck.
Mm-hmm.
And it's absolutely wearing away the actual statue.
It's not wearing away, it's just polishing it.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever been
in one specific section.
Have you ever been to Edinburgh?
Yes. Little Bobby.
Little Bobby.
Little Bobby.
So Little Bobby Belfryer, what's he called?
Bobby Fryer.
Little Bobby Fryer is a little terrier dog.
He gorgeous little
And
fella.
he loved his master so much that when his master died,
Mm-hmm.
correct me if I'm wrong, his master died, he would sit by the grave.
Yeah.
And it's a lovely little Scottish story.
Yeah.
So they built a lovely statue of this terrier and
People come and rub its tits.
They rub his little doggy tits and his tits are polished. But
Little peanuts on him.
they rub Bobby's nose and
Yeah.
Bobby's nose is polished brass.
Yeah.
And the rest of it is sort of a
Yeah.
dirty colour
Yes.
as brass goes.
Yes.
But in Ireland, Molly Malone's tits are like Bobby's nose. Molly Malone's tits are polished to a nth degree.
Nth degree. But that's not how the artist intended it.
Well, here's the thing.
Okay.
Molly Malone statue was designed by a female sculptor.
Okay.
Sculptor. Which I would love to be in the room when that was revealed. So let me get the name of the artist. Artist Janine Reinhardt.
Okay.
So Molly Malone, the story, it's a song.
Yes.
Cockles and Mussels.
She wheeled her wheelbarrow.
She wheeled her wheelbarrow up those streets, broad and narrow.
Yeah.
And she would cry Cockles and Mussels, alive,
Yeah.
alive, oh. But the subtext of the song is that she was a sex worker.
Mm-hmm.
Now, first of all, I would not buy shellfish off a sex worker.
Really?
No.
Okay.
For a couple of reasons. I wouldn't buy sex off a shellfish seller either. I think they're two products that should not be sold on the same cart.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't want to think about shellfish if you're thinking about sex.
Look,
and you
okay.
don't want to think about sex if you want to buy shellfish.
I don't want to go there, Kevin. But you know what? You'd be, if you were sniffing out, you could get confused. Similar kind of.
Like how you said, like, I don't want to go there, and then you went to like the disgusting place that I was avoiding.
Yes, no, that's what I said. I said this. I didn't want to go here.
But also,
here I
like,
am.
how fresh? How are you? Which of these jobs are you committed to, Molly? Are you committed to the Cockles and Mussels, or are you committed to providing good sex services to the men of Dublin and women? I assume.
Yeah.
Because like when you're buying shellfish, you want to know how fresh it is.
Well, that's my only.
When
fear
was
of
this?
it.
When was this
Yeah.
bought?
When did you go and collect this?
When did you collect? Do you collect this morning?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, is this a couple of days old? Like, if you're focusing too much on the sex work, then you're not going to be committed.
It might not be the freshest seafood. Yeah,
exactly.
and that's where the problems start. And you know, I've had a bad luck running with
sex workers.
with
How fresh is this?
with seafood.
Seafood.
And getting food poisoning. You
Yeah.
know, so it's a dangerous game.
Yeah.
So I get where you're coming from there. I'd be wondering, you know.
But also, like, if you've seen the statue of Molly Malone, like, her breasts are frankly spectacular.
They're glorious.
They're glorious.
Yeah.
And they're really out. Like,
Yeah.
they're very much on
Yeah.
display. Like, I'd love to have been in the room when the Dublin City Council were like, we've
revealing it.
a good woman here now. She's made a lovely statue of Molly Malone. We all know the song, Cockles and Mussels. Let's unveil it. And they're going, oh, wow, okay. You really gave her a decent rack there.
Yeah.
it's kind of distracting.
It's
It's kind of all I'm looking at really is the boobs.
yeah. But
Fair play to her.
what is the good look for? Like,
I heard, I may be wrong, but I
that
heard
you'll never get food poisoning from seafood.
I
That's
heard-
what I'd
I
fucking be
heard-
rubbing it all day if that was the case.
I heard it was so
nothing worse.
that it was for young women to rub them so their boobs would get bigger.
I mean, again, I'd be there all day. Maybe that's where I'd be going wrong all
Like
these
an
years.
industrial fucking sander.
They have to have me removed.
Why do people rub Molly Malone statue?
Yeah, like I just wonder. Just
Um,
general good luck, is it?
It just said for it just says for luck.
Okay.
Why are people grabbing her boobs? Yeah, because they moved her. Remember, she used to be down by
Because I
Trinity.
have photos when I was in college and we're down in a very different location with Molly.
Look at
Although
this.
none.
There's a picture of a man just groping a statue.
Wow, that's wild.
Like the boobs are so out.
They are.
Just gorgeous looking woman.
Absolutely. I'm very jealous of a statue. Very jealous.
I mean, how many times?
Has she to move? This is the thing.
I was going to say, how many times have men walked home at 4 o'clock in the morning, looked at that statue, and just had a little look around the streets?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's like, is anyone here?
Anyone
I mean, surely in the history of Dublin, somebody must have hummed the job to Molly Malone's statue.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're a listener and you've hummed the job to Molly Malone's statue, please do get in touch. We do want to hear your wanking stories. Justine, what's up next?
Yeah, it's where are they planning to move or just raise it up
They're
higher?
going to raise her up high.
Okay.
So, but I mean, that's not going to stop
The tall
horny
people.
Americans. The tall. That's not going to stop.
Have
the
they
tall.
heard of a ladder? Because I think they're coming up against it.
So I don't know. Are you for this? Are you against it? Do you see any harm in rubbing an inanimate objects? Like, I don't like treating women like objects.
That's the thing.
But is it okay to treat an object like a woman?
That is the question. That's really, when you get down to it, that's what we're talking about here. That's really now put it.
There's a man motorboating it. Come on.
This is wild now.
There's
I
a
just
photo
think
of
there's an element of disrespect.
Corn Doug at Doug Goose motorboating the statue of Molly Malone. That's a disgrace.
I
That's
mean,
an absolute disgrace.
You know what I mean? It's not as if you see people. Although there's a French statue, it's in a graveyard in France, and women are supposed to go and rub his Mickey if they have issues with fertility.
I know this statue.
I think it's in a graveyard.
Yes,
I'm
it
almost
is.
certain.
Yeah.
So it's hard to know what's going on with people and statues.
I'm sure there is a sort of a kink.
Now, if you had a statue, where would
Cemetery
you
statue
want?
is
you know?
apparently the statue is eroding. Cemetery statue is eroding because women can't stop rubbing its lucky penis.
Oh.
Visitors ignore calls to stop playing with it because they believe it boosts fertility.
Yeah, there you go.
You can see the photo there. He's gone green, like his whole statue. He looks like the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
Due to the oxygenization
There you go.
of the metal, but
Yeah.
his statue his penis is very much red
Gone.
raw.
Yeah. But like, you know,
The name of the man is Victor Noir.
if you had a statue, where would you want people? You know what I mean? Like,
I'd want them rubbing my penis, 100%.
I wouldn't mind a little tap on the arse.
Just a little pat.
Just a little pat.
Yeah, because it wouldn't change the colour.
No.
I don't know. If I had a statue, and God willing, hopefully someday I will have.
I won't. I definitely won't.
I don't want it to be. If I was a statue, I would wear a very spiky hat, so that birds wouldn't land and poop on my head.
Okay. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it is. It's annoying how like you can have an amazing life, and you can change the world for the better, and people build a statue, and then birds shit in your head.
Yeah.
So I would. Guy Fieri.
Okay.
If there was a statue of him,
He's
no bird would shit on his
And
head.
if a bird shits on his head, it just makes his hair look the blondie colour it
There
is
you
meant to
go.
be. So
there you go. Looks like highlights.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Guy
Actually,
Fieri, you got to figure it out. Napoleon, no luck.
Yeah.
But if people are rubbing my penis as a statue, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. As a dead ghost, I kind of feel great because people are still thinking about me and still thinking about my penis.
Well, no one's going to rub my chest. No, that's bad luck. I genuinely think
Do you mean
it'd
as
be
a
bad
statue
luck.
or just throughout your life?
Both. The two go hand in hand. Nothing in the hand, but it's a pity. But I think now you'd have to
a
be...
boob in the hand is worth two in the bush.
It's fucking wish. But I think if I had a statue now, I'd have to wear something, warm. I'd say I'd get cold. I'm always cold anyway.
A big jumper.
I'd want a big jumper on me.
Okay. Bird in the hand worth two in the bush is a silly statement.
What does it mean?
So it means a bird in the hand. So if you had a bird in your hand, it's worth as much as two out in a bush somewhere. But try that in a pet shop. If you went into a pet shop and you're like, are you interested in a swap?
Yeah.
I'd like one of your birds, but listen to this. I'm going to swap you two of my birds.
Mm-hmm.
They're out there in the bush.
Yeah.
You'd be laughed out of the shop.
What is going on? I don't know
What do
where
you want? I
that
have to go out and
nonsense
catch
came
two
from.
birds. Fuck off.
No.
Hard cash.
No.
If you're doing a bird for bird swap, maybe we could talk.
Yeah.
But a bird for two birds that you don't even own, that's not
What
a
are we
fair.
doing
It's
here?
not a fair deal.
No.
Same with the phrase, you couldn't swing a cat in there.
Stop. What are we doing?
You shouldn't be swinging cats anywhere.
You shouldn't be picking up animals at all and doing that.
I think when it comes to the decision whether to swing a cat by the tail, it shouldn't be dependent on what size of a room you're in.
No. Thank you, Minister. Thank you, Minister, for that statement.
If you walked into like the concert hall and you're like, Jesus, this is actually be perfect for swinging a cat.
Yeah.
You'd be thrown out of the place.
What's going on? Why is that the first thing that's coming into your head?
I was just thinking about sayings that don't make sense.
No. Sorry, not you. I'm saying about if you were walking into a big room, why is the first thing coming into your head?
God, fucking size of a cat you could swing in here.
Jesus, a fucking puma now. I could go swing around there. Like it's.
You could have
wild.
the RT National Concert Hall, each member swinging an individual cat.
Yeah.
And none of them would hit because the place is huge. Yeah.
The first thing I walk into a room that size, I'm like, God, it must be a nightmare to heat this place. That's what I'd be thinking.
That's why you always have a big jumper.
That's why I always have a big jumper.
Fucking dead right, Justine.
This is it.
Are you looking forward to St. Paddy's Day?
I see all the flags are going up. And I was coming through the airport last night and they've changed, when you come into Dublin Airport, it's all just ads for the Guinness Storehouse.
Yes.
Or Jameson or Teelings, which is lovely. But what's hilarious is they've just kind of put over it all now for Paddy's Day, as opposed to just Visit Ireland in general. It's like, visit for Paddy's Day.
This is kind of all we have.
I like that. They're just switching up two words. Am I excited for it? I think Paddy's Day in Ireland was, for me, peaking when I was about 16. You're a bit of freedom.
16?
Yeah, and I'd go to Nav.
For me, it was like maybe 18.
We'd go on the Ferris wheel. Stuff like that. I'm too old these days.
Yeah.
I'm,
Well, we have a show.
We do
have a live show.
I'm very excited for that.
On 16th in Bewley's, the day before Paddy's Day. Mm-hmm. And it sold out immediately.
It did.
Which was great. And we were informed, they were like, our producer Hilary was like, just so you know, there's a play happening in the space the day after and the day before, and we can't really move the set. And we were like, okay, well, what's
no
the set?
problem.
And Hilary's like, it's a coffin.
And we're like,
and we were like, we'd knock a bit of
something
crack out of
funny
that.
there, yeah.
Can make a few jokes. And she was like, it's actually a child's coffin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you imagine doing a podcast next to a fucking child's coffin?
Oh, it's a hard
bit of a comedy cul-de-sac, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one of those.
A 4-foot box, a foot for every laugh we'd get
There
on the
you
podcast.
go. That's exactly what it would be. It's,
but we have been informed they are removing the child's coffin for the podcast.
Yes.
So that's good news for our
great news.
Listeners who are coming to that live show. You will not be confronted with the image of a child's coffin.
No, it's going to be good. It's going to be real good. We're very excited.
If it went really well, we'd have to bring the coffin around to every gig.
Fill the coffin. like filling a cup after.
Well, you had the
win.
idea of filling it full of snakes.
Yes.
Then it could justify the size of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Although I think a snake's coffin would just be incredibly long and thin, wouldn't it? And it'd kind of have curves in it.
Yeah, it'd be like a big Toblerone box you buy at the airport.
Yes.
That's a perfect snake coffin.
Yeah.
If you ever want to bury a snake, go out to the airport, go into duty free,
buy
a 2-foot Toblerone and put the snake in there.
Yeah.
and say a little prayer.
Do you remember those? You know what else you could use? Do you remember as kids, they'd have that as a toy in Lucky Bags a lot of the time? It was like a snake, and you'd hold the bottom of him, plastic fella, and he'd start to swirl. It was like little blocks built together.
Yeah.
Where did they ever go?
I think they're still around.
Kids just aren't interested anymore.
Well, I mean, they've got TikTok and Pornhub and all that. It's hard to get a child excited about a fucking shit plastic
But sure,
snake.
they still have a snake in their hand either way.
Worth two in the bush.
If it's
Well, Justine, that's all the time we have time for tonight. Time.
and time.
I will see you live in Bewley's
on the 16th of March.
16th of March, getting ready for Paddy's Day.
Woo!
Think green.
Think green.
I'm going to be wearing a
Blaze
green
it up.
hat. I'm going to be blazing it up. I'm going to be putting green diesel in my car.
Yeah.
I'm going all green.
All out.
I'm going to vote for the
I'm gonna
Greens.
dye my period green.
There we go.
Going all out for this.
Fucking Paddy's Day McFlurry. You have been lovely.
You have been lovely.
By the way, we have an email address now.
Oh, yes.
Justine set it up and we had to go halves in it. I didn't realise how much it costs to set up an email these days, but Justine told me €50 each.
Yeah. And I got that for a good deal now. It's just
Did you?
Yeah.
You're not messing around now.
You're welcome.
So if you'd like to email us in a lovely story,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe you want some advice.
Yes.
If you want to be anonymous, we'll not say your name.
We'll say nothing.
We're not going to out you.
Yeah.
So our email is thelovelyshowpodcast@gmail.com. So send us in any questions, any stories, any confessions, any advice you may need, and we will do our damnedest to bother
we'll be on
our
the
arse
case.
to that.
We will bother our arses.
We will 100% bother both of our arses.
Arses
Our
to no
arses will
end.
well and truly be bothered.
Yes.
You've been lovely.
Go on.
Good luck. We'll see you
Good
again
luck.
soon.
This show is part of the HeadStuff Podcast Network, a hub for the creative and the curious. Shows are produced in association with HeadStuff and the Podcast Studios Dublin. Find out more or become a member at headstuffpodcasts.com.